Hey dolls, so today I did a tutorial for you guys and I'm really excited about this one because I feel like it's just a fun look but without being too complicated, because whenever I watch like pinup tutorials or something like that, there's like a million steps, and this isn't a pinup look by any means, but it's a look with like a simple eye and a bright red lip. But it's not like too intense with the winged liner, and I know a lot of people do not like the like red lip with dark eyes look because they just feel like it looks like way too much on them, and I have to sort of agree. Like if I'm going to do dark eyes, I want like, if I'll wear a red lip with dark eyes, I'll definitely kind of tone down the lip color because it can just start to all look like way too much. But I kept the rest of the face really natural, but still to accent the lips so it doesn't, because I feel like it sometimes can look sort of odd to have like nothing on the face and then like a really intense lip. You have to sort of balance it out. So this is using Lady Danger, which is one of my absolute favorite red colors. You can find it at MAC, and it's just a bright orangey red that I feel like is really exciting because I just got my braces off, so I'm like really excited to like wear a bunch of like really bright dark lipsticks because I felt like silly. I don't know why, but I felt silly like wearing like colors on my lips with my braces. Like I still did, but I don't know, I felt a little more silly, so now I'm just like going crazy wearing dark lips like all the time. So I really wanted to do this tutorial because I just got my braces off, but I thought you guys might want to see it too. So yeah, the look is not complicated like I said, and I probably talk more than I like do the makeup, because the makeup doesn't take long at all. So yeah, sorry for all the talking, I'm just excited. So go check out my blog for pictures, and let's get to the tutorial. Okay, so starting out, I've already done my foundation. I used my NARS Sheer Matte in Siberia, which is the lightest shade. And the bottle just looks like this, and this is really good. I didn't powder my face because it doesn't need it with this foundation. And you can always like bring touch-ups, like if you're going somewhere. If you don't have access to touch-ups, I'd probably just set the makeup, but if you can, you know, bring something to touch up with in your bag or something, I wouldn't powder that foundation because I think it, even though it's matte, it still leaves like a nice like finish to it, so I really like that. And then the second thing I did was I did concealer, and I told you guys in my Tarte haul that this is just the Tarte kind of pen style concealer, and I just put it in a little MAC container and used my concealer brush to go underneath my eyes and touch up any imperfections. And then the last thing I did was primed my eyes with, I almost called it Urban Decay Primer Push, and I don't know why, but this is Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And it is just a sheer eyeshadow primer to keep your eyeshadows in place all day. So now I'm going to show you guys the colors that I will be using on my eyes, because when I zoom in, it's like I try and show the color and it's like super blurry, so I'm just going to go over them now. And these are all the eyeshadow colors that I'm using. I believe I got them all at the CCO for $10.50, and they're normally like $14, maybe a little more for like the limited edition one. But this is Short Shorts, and this is, you know, the Surf Baby one, and this is just kind of a light pearl color. So this is the first color I use. And then I'm also going to be using, it looks like a yellow, but it's a gold, and it's called Going Bananas, and this goes on beautifully. And then the last color I will be using, the last color I'll be using is Sorcery, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful brown. And so now I'm going to zoom in and start on the eyes. And real quick, I forgot to mention that I filled in my eyebrows, and I used the Laura Mercier Brow Duo in Deep Blonde, and so you have a darker color and a lighter color. And basically what I did is took the darker color, filled in my tail, and then took a little bit of the lighter color and just whatever was left on my brush and filled in the front part of my brow, I guess. And when you're filling in your eyebrows, when you're doing like a bold red lip, it's kind of difficult because you don't want to do your eyebrows too much to the point where it's competing with the lip, but you also want it to frame your face at the same time, so you're, like, if you have nothing on your brows, it looks a little weird because, like, your lip is the only thing that anybody can see. So you do want something kind of balancing it a little bit, but at the same time you do not want these two competing. So just keep them just light and natural, and just remember to just fill them in lightly. And I could do like a brow tutorial sometime, but basically do the darker color on the tail and just do the lighter color here. And don't use more than you need. You don't need to have like a super filled in fake looking eyebrow for this look. So yeah, let's get on to the eyes now. Alright, so I'm going to take the color Short Shorts, which is the light pearl color, and I'm going to put that on my 239 brush by MAC, and I'm going to just start placing that all over the lid. You also really want to put it on the inner corner just to really brighten things. And bring it down a little bit too. Just to really brighten your entire eye. Alright, so with that, I'm then going to go straight to the darkest color, Sorcery, which is just that deep kind of chocolatey brown color, and I'm going to take that on my Tarte crease brush that I showed in my Tarte haul. And you just want to pack some on your brush, and then you want to put a lot of it off on the back of your hand. This brush can, you know, do a really intense eye and do like a really intense crease, or it can do a really soft, really nicely blended crease. I love, 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 love this brush. It blends everything beautifully. It's so packed and so, yeah, it just has a lot of it has a lot of like hair on it or whatever, so it's like really, really packed and really fluffy, and so it blends and puts color on really nicely. So I'm going to take that and just softly sweep that into my crease. And as you can see, with a sweeping motion, you can just create a really nice crease. Alright, so now I'm going to take my 239 brush again and get the Going Bananas color on my brush, and I just want to pop this right here, just to add a pop of gold on the lid. And you want to put it where you haven't put the brown, and you want to kind of place it on top of where you did the lighter color all over the lid, but you don't want to bring it too far in, you don't want to bring the gold too far in, and you want that to kind of stay the lightest color, so then it kind of blends from, you know, like a pearl color to a gold to the brown. And then with my Tarte crease brush, I'm going to take that again and just take whatever's left on the brush and dust that underneath. And then also just do any last minute blending with this, just to sort of blend and make sure everything's blended well together. So even though the eyeshadow is very nice and soft and gorgeous, we do want something defining our eye, because if it looks too, I don't know, like soft and powdery and everything without a line and then a red lip, it just doesn't really balance the look very well. So you do need, I feel like, a little bit of eyeliner. So I'm going to take my Tarte eyeliner brush, which is just a thin eyeliner brush. You can take any eyeliner brush. And I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown gel liner in black ink. And with this, you don't really want a lot on your brush, but what you do have on your brush, you want it to be evenly distributed on the brush. So we're basically going to attempt to do a very thin line from, you know, here to here. So about halfway on the eye. And my mirror is like super far away, so if I'm like squinting, that's because it's really hard for me to do my eyeliner on camera because my mirror is far away, but I want you guys to see, so this might be bad. But you just want to push it into the lash line and kind of carry it up. And see, I made a little bit of a mess there because I cannot see what I'm doing, so I'm going to go fix that and I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm going to do mascara, and I'm actually using a Chanel mascara sample that I got, and it is the Inimitable Intense in Noir. I like it so far, other than it being kind of hard to work with the tiny little brush. But it's a sample, so. Alright, so now I think I am ready to move on to my red lip. So, you could do like a softer red lip if you really are, you know, unsure about red lips. And I recommended this in my Tarte haul. It's the Rise and Shine in Cherry. And this is just a nice red to start out with if you are uncomfortable with them. But I'm going to go with a really, really, really bright red lip because I did get my braces off, and I don't know, I'm just like really excited to wear bright colors again. And so this is Lady Danger. And I tend to go for like orange reds because it matches my nails. Because they're just, I feel like they really like pop on my skin color, and I think they pop on anyone's skin color. Like if you have like medium or dark skin tones, they really pop on everyone. So I recommend this color for everyone, unless you're like scared of wearing really, really bright colors. I feel like I get more like glances when I'm wearing this color because people are like, whoa, that's bright. But oh well, I like to wear fun bright lips. So I'm going to use a lip brush because lipsticks are kind of hard to put on, but especially a bright red, because if you like get it down here, it is sort of hard to clean up. So, and I'm not perfect with a lip brush, but I'm certainly not perfect putting it on straight from the tube. So, I really have no technique of like putting on lipstick per se with a lip brush, but I guess just be extra careful around the lines. And I don't know, I just sort of start in the center, I guess. Also, don't get lipstick on your retainer if you have a retainer. It's not fun. Just don't do it. Oh, and also be sure to get like in here, because sometimes if you don't get in there, especially if you eat, it looks really bad later. Alright, so you're going to want to take a tissue and blot it, which you shouldn't get that much off just because you used a lip brush and it really soaks into your lips, whereas if you put a lipstick on, it just kind of sits on your lips. Like, if you put it on straight from the tube, it'll just kind of sit on your lips. So I am going to do a second layer. And you can just keep building and then blotting, then building and blotting, and eventually it'll create, you know, such a stain on your lips that it won't come off. In fact, I was wearing this at the mall and I like wanted to try on a lipstick and I couldn't get it off. Like after doing this, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try on this lipstick, and like they kept like giving me little like cotton things and makeup remover, and couldn't get it off. So it's perfect if you're planning on like eating or something, because it's not going to come off. Alright, so the lips are finished, and now I'm going to add a blush. And you don't want to go too intense on the cheeks because nothing should be competing with the red lip. Should just kind of accent and make the rest of your face not look bare with the red lip. So I'm going to use the Chanel Blush Horizon de Chanel, and I love this blush because it has lots of different colors, so it really would go with like sort of any makeup. And I'm going to take that on my MAC 116 brush. I feel like that just adds the right amount of pop of color to my cheeks without looking too bright. So the last thing I'm going to do, and this is completely optional, but I'm going to take my MAC Special Reserve Highlight Powder in Rosé Olay. And it just looks like that. Oops. And you can just take any highlighter. Like I said, it's optional, but I think it looks really pretty to have like the dewy look to your skin with red lips. So I'm just going to softly brush this on my cheekbones and center of my nose, my chin, a little bit on my forehead. Oh, and here too. Okay. Alright, so that was the finished look, and as you can see, it's not super complex, and I'm trying not to make it as complicated as some other tutorials can be, because sometimes it's like just too many eyeshadows and too many steps for me to do. If I'm doing like an intense lip, I don't really want to have to do too much work with the eyes. So as you can see, it's kind of like a bold look, but at the same time it's wearable and natural, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I really like wearing this look out because it is kind of stands out from like what everybody else would wear makeup wise. And I really love the color Lady Danger, and I recommend that you check it out, maybe try it on at your local MAC store, and maybe bring someone else with you that'll give you honest advice, just because then they can say, you know, like, yeah, no, it really does look good though, because you'd be like, ah, it's too bright, but, you know, it's always nice to have someone, like, because sometimes employees say, like, yeah, that looks amazing, and you're like, no, it doesn't. So, yeah, take a friend that's honest, and they can tell you whether it really, like, suits your skin tone or not, and, but yeah, don't be afraid of bold colors, because I feel like this look is really, really fun, and it's not too complex, like I said. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thanks for watching, and I'll put the link to my blog down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!